Whatever he has commented is Bill 29. I respect him so much, but because he kept the anger in him, I think you have written an exam which you are not given. And it's very unfortunate. Instead of commenting on Bill number 28, he's commenting on Bill number 29. My respect still remains with him. Thank you.
Before UDF, why are you standing? Spokesperson for DBB.
Is it in order, Madam Second Speaker, that when a party spokesperson has responded to a bill, the leader of the House should be responding to the spokesperson? What regulation, what rule is that? What was that? And let me remind the honorable leader that I concentrated on the powers of mayor if he was listening. The other bill will tackle it. It's coming behind the closed doors. It's coming like hiding it under the Mayor Act. I concentrated on mayor, and I know, sir, that I hope you know.
Thank you.
That I know what I'm doing. Thank you.
Honorable members, order, honorable members. Before I give the floor to UDF, I would like to mention that we have students who came in the morning, but who were supposed to announce this when we are going for healthy break. But because of the situation, I was unable to. These are students from Rizulu Primary School in Chewo. They are here to observe our proceedings, and I'm very sure that they have come on a right day. May you all students from Rizulu stand up? Rise, wave to your members of parliament. And who is the honorable member for Rizulu? There he is. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. We also have a group of village heads from Zomba Malosa. They are also here to observe the proceedings. Our chiefs, our gogos from Zomba Malosa, may you stand, please? Imani kuti mwaweve ma MP anu. Zomba Malosa, may you stand? Thank you for coming. Zikomo kwambiri magogo. Zikomo. It's 10 for UDF for spokesperson. It's your time. Thank you. Machinga is representing UDF.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, for recognizing United Democratic Front to respond to Bill number 28 of 2024 Energy Regulation Amendment. Madam Speaker, one of the objectives the bill is trying to address is to remove the specification of the marable levy from the Act to the regulation. What does it mean, Madam? It means that the marable levy specification were put in the Act, meaning that nobody could move around, maneuver with the marable levy, because any Malawian could have challenged that. Now, what they are trying to address, Madam, is to remove the restrictions they were having. They would want to open now marable levy resources for them to do whatever they want to do. That is the meaning of this objective. What does it mean to the rural people rural people from Zimba, as
Order,
well as
honorable members,
rural
order.
people from Machinga East constituency.
Order.
What it means, Madam Speaker, is that the speed at which the MAREP rural electrification has been being implemented. You may recall, Madam, that since the current administration started in 2020 up to now, they have just started electrifying trading centers, and now the future of those electrification is nowhere even to be seen. They haven't managed even to do electrification for 4 years. Now, madam, they would want to use the MAREP resources for their own wish. And Malawians, madam, Malawians and those who drafted this bill before, they saw the need of electricity in Malawi. Currently, maybe it's only 11% of Malawians who are able to access electricity. And in trying to address that, the past administrations, they wanted to bring discipline in how government will be using the MAREP levy, at least to address the electricity situation in Malawi by trying to increase the number of people accessing the electricity. Now, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, what the current government is trying to do is to do away with MAREP. Meaning the people of Kuirasha, people from Chitimba, people from Chitundu, who are currently looking for connectivity, they will not be able to be connected. And if you have noted, madam, that the connection of electricity, as much as the government sometimes abuse it, but at least sometimes members from the opposition, we do benefit. Now what they want to do, they will be targeting their territory to do the electrification, if even the electrification is to be done. Meaning that there will be no equal distribution of resources in Malawi. Madam, it is unfortunate that even after 60 years of independence, we can sit here and think about removing the levy which has been supporting Malawians to have electricity. We are moving backwards, madam, with the leadership of the current administration, the leadership of Dr. Achakwera. The other issue, madam, that is to be addressed in the bill, they are proposing that they should add more independent members in the authority, meaning mayor. The issue of the composition in mayor, it is not a problem. As much as I know, and the UDF stand, as also the honorable spokesperson for DPP has already alluded to, the issue is not on how mayor is composed, on how mayor is instituted. The issue is that there is too much political interference in the operations of mayor. Even if we change and take pastors into this institution, even if we go and take whoever we would want to take to put them in this institution, as much as there is no discipline and lack of leadership in the country, mayor will not perform. So what they are proposing here is not a problem. And what we are suffering now is not what we are addressing, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. So I find the government to be out of order even by making sure that they do away with mayor. They don't want anyone to do their regulations according to their knowledge and capacities. So they would want to interfere as they are interfering today Institutions in this country, madam, they are not operating properly. It's not that we have wrong people in those institutions. We do have qualified people, madam, but the political interference is just too much. And this is the downfall of Malawi. Whether somebody likes or not, the country is going downwards. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, they are also saying that they would want leadership instability in Mera. What I wanted to comment on this one, madam, there is no issue to do with leadership instability, because Mera CEO, whenever he is appointed, whenever the contract is come to an end, there is a room for government to renew or to take out of him. So there is no issue to do with leadership. What is needed, madam, to be done by this government is to adhere to the rule of law. It is this government, madam, they have been preaching about the rule of law under the Achakwera 5 administration. It's unfortunate that today, the same people they have been preaching to adhere to the laws of this country, they would want to break them to suit whatever they would want to do. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the other issue which has been talked in this bill is lack of effective enforcement mechanisms for regulatory decisions due to lack of administrative powers. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, madam, Mera has the powers. They can even suspend a licensee. They can even revoke a license. They can even prosecute anyone who have been committed an offense. Madam,
For members, the honorable spokesperson has 20 minutes. You can check on your monitor. The time is there.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the same attitude they are showing is what is making Malawi to be at where we are today. They feel like they are having more powers. But I would want to remind them that Malawi is for all of us. Even the institution they are tampering with, the institution they are moving things from, is under our taxpayers' money. So whenever I'm speaking, I speak on behalf of the party as well as on behalf of my constituency. Nobody in this house should dictate whether I should stop. Only your office can do so, madam. So the arrogance of the executive has taken them this far. When people say that they should go, indeed they should go, because they have failed Malawians. This is not what we were expecting from them as a political party that preached the rule of law. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, madam, whether they will use their numbers to pass this bill, but I would want to inform Malawians, those from the North Central region as well as Southern region, that the administration we expected to save us, they are saving the few interests of the people who are powerful within the administration. So they are no longer serving the interest of the people. This is why they would want to deal away with all the accountability mechanisms that has been put in place. And they would want to use our resources willingly, as they have already started using them. Up to this point, madam, Malawians will be good judges. With these few remarks, madam, let me sit down. UDF is not taking electricity. UDF would want resources in this country to be distributed equally. We are not part of and parcel of changing this bill. Let them use their numbers. Let them use their powers. But I know, madam, if it is not me in this house later in the future, it will be the children of my children changing these bills. So as I'll be sitting, madam, we are not supporting this bill, but let them do what they want to do, as they have been seen to be more powerful than anyone in Malawi, as they have been seen to be above the law, as each and every institution has been crippled as we speak. Madam, we have one Malawi to save. I submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, spokesperson for UDF. Honorable members, I'm told we have a report from the committee. Do we have a report from the committee on this? Yes, we have the chair. You have the floor, Honorable Member.
Thank you
The
very
honorable
much.
members, the chair of the committee has the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for granting me the floor to present the report of the Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change on Bill number 28 of 2024, Energy Regulation Amendment, which was referred to your committee as per Standing Order 125.3. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as we are all aware, Government of Malawi, together with cooperating partners, is implementing different interventions aimed at increasing electricity supply access levels, which are still very low in the region. We are currently around 15%. One of such interventions is the Malawi Rural Electrification Program, which has assisted in having electricity reach remotest parts of this country. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as we are all aware, MAREP funds are allocated through a levy. Your committee was pleased to learn that one of the proposed amendments of the bill from the added in regulations, as this will provide to change it upwards whenever the need to do so arises. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, your committee also observed that clause 18C5 mentions bank lending rate, which is vague and might bring challenges in the future. In view of this, your committee proposes to have this clause amended by inserting word commercial before bank lending rate to read as commercial bank lending rate. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I therefore beg to move that the House consider to adopt this report on Bill number 28. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Chairperson for Natural Resources Committee for the report. May I have a seconder, please? Karabe Southeast.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I stand before thee with pleasure and gratitude. With pleasure and gratitude, Madam Speaker, because I know that victory is guaranteed. Victory, Madam Speaker, not peak victory, but victory in good weather. Because Whatever has been said by my chair, I don't want to outshine my chair. Everything is clear. We had a question, which was what mischief were we trying to address? And the mischief was laid bare to us. So whatever you have heard, Madam Speaker, I'm urged to quote my Minister of Energy, who said, the noise of frogs, especially very fat frogs, will not stop the lion or the elephant from drinking. With that, Madam Speaker, I simply second the report from my chair. I thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Let me guide the House. Honorable members, the first debate will be debate on the report by the committee. No, I recognized the chair to give us a report. So, no. The first debate is on the report. So if you have nothing to say on the report, don't ask for the floor. Because after that, we'll now go to debate the bill. So who wants to? You don't need to stand, honorable. It is clear here. I can give you the floor. Mulanje Bale.
Thank you very much. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, I bring you greetings of the very sad people of my constituency, while they are listening to this debate and the pandemonium in the House. They are so grieved while they are staying at home, eating mangoes for lunch, mangoes for dinner. They are at pains to listen to a committee report that brings something that is not a committee report of the same bill we are discussing. Right, Honorable Speaker, if you look at the bill number 28, it has objectives of the bill. Why do we have committees of this House? Committees of this House are supposed to inform this House of the contents of the bill, so that their report should speak directly to the bill. I'm at pains, Madam Speaker.
Honorable member, are you not the member of the committee?
I am not. I am not a member, and I could have benefited to the content of the report. But Madam Speaker, a wise person...
Honorable member, we have a point of order from Nchisi South. Nchisi South, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. You have actually advised this House to start debate on the report and then go to the bill. Is it in order that my colleague who is standing, who have just resumed his seat, is actually making reference to the bill instead of debating on the report? Is that in order? Madam Speaker, secondly, is it in order that some of the people who are in the Committee of Natural Resources, whose chairperson has presented the report in here, are actually opposing the same report, when in actual sense, they agreed on the report as a committee? Is that in order, Madam Speaker? The Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much.
Who is that member that you are saying is opposing? Because he's the first one to contribute to the report.
The one who actually spoke on behalf of UTF.
Then she was speaking. Wait, honorable member, thank you. Resume your seat.
Yes.
The honorable member for Machinga East was representing UDF, and that was whatever she said is the opinion of the party. And that was before the presentation of the reports. And now Honorable Mulanje Bale is the first person to comment on the reports. Mulanje Bale, please continue. Honorable member, no, it's okay. I have cleared it that you were speaking on behalf of the party. Honorable member, if member recognize the report, they are free to say so. That they did not sit and discuss and come up with a report. But this time around, no one rose to say we don't have a report. No one said so. So the chairperson stood and what he gave us, I take it as a report from the party. So it's up to you to say no. But this time around, I have recognized Mulanje Pale to comment on the report. Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, Madam, posterity will once again judge this nation. Because when people rise in a house like this one and they pretend to be leaders that love this country, Honorable Speaker, today, a day in December 2024, 2,204 years since the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. We are here, Madam, witnessing a cartel of people that sit here. One member of parliament once said, and I want to repeat, that this house, people can be paid to manipulate things. We can be paid here, I want to put it on record. It has to be investigated. Thank God there is no anti-corruption bureau in this country. There's no way we can be given a round deal the way we've been given. What we've been given, Madam, whether your office will choose it to be a committee report, posterity will even measure you. It will measure your office. It will measure this parliament. It will measure us all as leaders who have connived to punish Malawians. I feel sorry today. I want to declare interest here. When the current president of this country was a leader of opposition, sitting there where my leader of opposition seated, he used to be a very good friend of mine. I wanted to declare that. I feel sorry today to see the very same good man be almost stoned in Lilongwe, be shouted in Lilongwe. It's because of people like the people that are bringing this to this house. It's because of people that are ill-advised.
Honorable member, we have a point of order. We have a point of order from the leader. You have the floor.
This is a political house. Insinuations that portrays negativity to the president are not allowed in the standing orders. And I stand here to say that we should move with time. When you brought these gadgets, the aim was that we should shorten our time. We should be given reports as soft copies. The Honorable Chair there has dropped the report in the documents. What he has said there is a summary. Now, if they refuse change, they don't want to read the report, they accuse the chair when the report is available. If they don't want to use the report during the through the documents, it's their problem. We have to move with time and allow that we can now access the reports as a soft copy. No one is going to give them reports in a hard copy the way they want. And if the chair has summarized a report, let's not insinuate that the chair has not done a good job. And secondly, you as a chair, they should not bring you into the discussion. When they say that you're going to be judged, that is not allowed. Thirdly, the president was not stoned. The president was not mobbed at. We know what happened. They're organizing young people and recording clips to demean the president. We know them. And we know them. We know what they are doing. Everywhere the president is going, they started with Nkate. When the president passes, they'll bring other people, record a clip, and send to the nation. The president is not stoned, was not stoned, and no one can mock the president even here. And that, Madam Speaker, any negativity against the president, our standing orders don't allow it.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, that's why I asked if the members of the committee they disown the report, because I was asking that question so that if someone says we don't know that report, we don't have the report as a committee. Honorable members, I'm speaking and you are standing. I am speaking and you are standing. I wanted to see if there's someone who will say, as a committee, we don't have a report. Because me, as a speaker, I have the report, and the report has been circulated. It is there in the gadgets. Unless you tell me the chair has said something outside the report. But what I know is that he has just summarized the report. That is what I know. So it's up to you to say you don't agree what the committee has said. And for your own information, the report is not owned by the chairperson only. The report is for the whole committee.
But we cannot debate positive.
Leader of opposition, we had 2 points of orders on one contribution. Yes, but we had two. No, I wanted to make it clear. I'll give him the floor, but we had 2 interruptions. Leader of opposition.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, Madam. Is it in order that the leader of the House,
honorable members, and sometimes you say, Madam Speaker, sir. I am, sir. Am I, sir?
That DPP had given money to people to throw stones at the president. This is totally out of order, because that did not happen at all. It is the reaction of the people that they are staying without hunger, they are staying without food. It is the reaction of the people that there is no food, there's fertilization high, and all that. It's the people, as it ourselves.
Thank you.
There's no
Thank you. Thank you, Leader of Opposition.
The lives of people. It's not us, it is the people.
Thank you. Thank you, Leader of Opposition.
You have to remember,
honorable member,
it will come to a time that the people will react. It's not ourselves.
Thank you.
See in Bangladesh.
Thank you.
The students move and there's no president.
Thank you. Mulanje Bale, may you finish. You have a minute to go.
Thank you very much. As I conclude, Madam, I would like to say a few things like this. In any debate, there are proposers and opposers of the same debate. So in every topic in this House, when I say posterity will measure some people here, it's because of the spirit on how we members of this House are not protected when we say our views. Every member here represents a constituency. Whether you sit there or you sit here, your views cannot be my views. We've gone to different community secondary schools, MCC centers. So that alone shows the difference between someone and me. Right, Honorable Speaker, your office,
winding up.
Your office from now should start to protect honorable members of this House. We should never allow one person to dominate in this House and think this is his house. It is not somebody's house, this one. This is Parliament. We debate, Madam Speaker. Whether debating that will cause trouble, that's the power of being a politician. A politician should be able to absorb negative and positive. What I'm saying to the report is...
Thank you, Honorable.
What I'm saying to the report is the conditions at which this report has been dropped on the gadget and presented in the House. Are you not worried as the leadership of this House When a minister rises, they have no comment on their own bill. And the chairperson of a committee rises, they have no comment on their report.
Thank you, Honorable.
They only
Your
want to
time
amend
is
one
up.
or two things. Are you not worried that these people might have exchanged something?
Honorable, your time
the
is up.
Anti-Corruption Bureau can wake up to this, but the Anti-Corruption Bureau is also corrupt.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, for your own information, as your speakers, we always protect you all here. If we give frequent spaces to the honorable leader of the House to speak, it is because he is the honorable leader of the House. I do the same to the honorable leader for opposition. If he rises, I always give him also a chance to speak. I'll give you an example. The honorable leader for opposition rose when you had already 2 interruptions, and I couldn't allow the third person to interrupt you, but I allowed him because he is the leader of opposition. But please, as leaders,
Omoso Menezi